Am I here? Am I here? Are you guys here? Ah, here we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. I gotta skip. Okay. Timer off. There's no timer. Okay, hi. How are you guys? I am so happy to be with you guys. Hi. Hello, astronomy. This first one's here. Hello. Hi, greetings. Greetings. Hi, Just Joy. We're so happy to be back in our forest with our fellow forest dwellers. This is such a safe, stable, timeless space between us. Hi, Jill and MK Miller. I hope you all are staying safe and warm. Oh my goodness, this storm looks absolutely nightmarish. For some reason, this time we were just kind of on the edge of it, and we just got a little bit of flurries. We didn't get this massive thing going across the country. It looks absolutely awful, and it looks like there's another thing building up along the Atlantic. I had heard we were going to have 4 kind of Alberta clippers this January, and it sure seems like it is living up to that. It is January 27th. We've got 4 more days to go of this month, of this epic year of change. There's a lot of change. We are in full swing, and it is underway. Okay? Let me finish saying hello. Hi, Denise. Lola, woohoo! Hi from Michelle. Stace, Carrie, Sandy, good to be here. Electra, you're still under a foot of snow? Oh my goodness. Oh, a lot of snow. Hi, Beverly and Charlie. Okay, so I'm so glad that you guys are here. I had wanted to go live. I could have gone live yesterday. Anyway, yesterday's energies were feeling a little bit higher, I guess. The moon has just gone into Gemini, and it's just kind of, for me, felt kind of like a heavy, sluggish day. But we also have had the moon in later degrees of Taurus. The moon went void, and now it's in Gemini. And so that is, the moon is moving pretty quickly. It's pretty chatty, and it's angling a lot of this lineup that we have in Aquarius. Okay? Okay, so, why? And there goes my brain. Okay, so we're just going to start here. I want to know that you guys are feeling okay. You're dealing with a lot of the changes. It has been obviously a crazy week since we last met last week. It's kind of mind-boggling, all the things that have happened, but we truly are in this struggle of good versus evil. That is that planet of Pluto. Pluto represents, groups, small groups that have all the power. Pluto, it's the highs and the lows. It's the good versus the evil. And not only is Pluto really active right now in that regard, because it's also in Aquarius, we've kind of got this stellium lining up in Aquarius. We have right now, I think Mars is conjunct Pluto, so that can be very militaristic, very brutal. And the sun the other day, oh my gosh, was it on Alex's day? I believe the sun was conjunct Pluto. So it's a very dynamic part of the chart. The planets, like I said, at our last new moon, everybody's chatting. Everybody has a message. There's a lot of institutions. There's a lot of power plays being made. And we're all swept up in the mix, and it's chaotic, right? Have you guys been doing okay since then? Hello. I'm glad to hear you're decompressing, Euphonia. Okay, so that is one thing. I just wanted to make sure that we kind of got stable here and we got our bearings straight. Let's put ourselves in our little cocoon, courtesy of Brent Atwater. It's the protection prayer. I surround myself in a seamless mirror cocoon to protect myself now, forevermore, and always. So be it, it is done. And when you guys, whenever you do that, it's like I can feel you guys kind of zip up and go, whoop, you're in your seamless cocoon. Now, because of all of these psyops and all this propaganda and all this crap they just keep throwing at us, hoping something sticks, inevitably things stick. So she says you say this 3 times if you have energy attachments that you would like to release. But you have to say it 3 times. Let me get my glasses. So this is what you say. I ask, and it is my intent to remove, release, and detach any and all energy or entities that are not from a highest and best good. So be it, it is done. Number 2, second time. I ask, and it is my intent to remove, release, and detach any and all energy or entities that are not from a highest and best good. So be it, it is done. I ask, and it is my intent to remove, release, and detach any and all energy or entities that are not from a highest and best good. So be it, it is done. And let's finish that with, I surround myself in a seamless mirror cocoon to protect myself now, forevermore, and always. So be it, it is done. How you guys, can you guys feel that? It almost feels like everyone's kind of a bit stronger, clearer, more present. Okay. And so today's the 27th. So I just want to make sure we got that. I had this idea that, when we get in these places, these funks of the highs and the lows, remember the new moon Capricorn, we were working on stability and pacing ourselves. I just had this idea come to me and I wanted to share it with you that, from his first term to this term, we all know he's unpredictable. We all know that he stirs the pot and does a lot of crazy stuff. We also know that most of the stuff he says he's going to do, or they try to enact, or they talk about, or maybe they string it along and maybe show papers, this is what we're doing, those things don't usually happen. And when they're doing that stuff, there's always stuff in the background that they're trying to cover up and hide. In that regard, I was thinking it would probably be a good idea for yourselves. I know I'm going to do this. Is creating your own emergency instructions for when you get blindsided. You get blindsided by all this crap that's going on, and where it just really is a kick in the gut. It knocks the wind out of you, and it just kind of sends you spiraling. You could just maybe have emergency instructions, or maybe a letter that you write to yourself ahead of time on how to deal with this. It's like, hi, I see you. You matter. You're doing well. We have gotten so much farther than we ever could imagine that we have. This is a process. Remind yourself of all the strategies that you usually use that keep you calm and keep you from eating a gallon of ice cream, okay? You want to get those strategies in place ahead of time so that we're not just spiraling out of control, because that is how it has really felt until we had this massive shift on Monday. Did you guys feel it at all? It happened. Did I draw a chart? I believe it happened like mid-morning. It happened at like 11:30, around 11:30 Eastern. Neptune went into Aries. Finally, we've been waiting for this for so long. We had a taste of it last summer, but now it is in Aries for good. And that is excellent news for the spiritual warrior. How are you guys doing? Throwing tornado, I'm here. Okay. Oh boy, wind chills, minus 35. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this I wanted to draw out for you because this is what came to me yesterday, and I was like, now I'm looking at it today and I'm like, where in the heck did that come from? And it's going to be a nice visual so you guys can kind of see where we're headed. And I was also, of course, looking at charts from the past and trying to get a foothold to kind of see our history and where we're headed. But this year, what's happening? So we have Neptune, that dreamy, inspirational planet. And on its positive side, it is like that higher octave of love, that pureness where you can love something. It's not like that passionate love, but it's that love where you're just at one with the world, with the universe, where everything feels like it is just humming along. And it's like, wow, I can't believe I am so lucky to have this moment and so lucky to be in this body and have this life. It is that twinkling, shimmering, kind of spiritual Neptune inspiration. And it's watery. Water represents emotions because it's associated with Pisces. Now, on the other hand, what's the opposite? Well, that would be illusions, disillusionment. It is associated with addiction because, you get so addicted to these high vibing, great feelings of love where you want more. It can be associated with toxins, addiction, alcohol, okay? And you can kind of really get lost in some of these things, and that's like where Neptune can like kind of cast its haze. It can cast its spell of confusion. And the other quality is that it is endless. It's like you can never find the boundaries of where it emanates to and from. Like if you're in the middle of the ocean, it's like you can only track that sun to figure out which way the sun sets or rises, but it is endless. Like it is so vast. So those are the qualities of Neptune. In Pisces, it was very water, could really bog us down. It could really, like sometimes it would feel like muck or mud that we're just kind of plodding through. Well, when it was in Pisces, as of yesterday, this aspect really helped stabilize Don Julio once it moved back into Pisces. It went into Aries last summer, and then it moved back into Pisces maybe sometime in the late summer, fall. This really stabilized him. You could really tell how he's been getting his footing, and it's kind of like, I'm back and I'm a dictator type of thing. Well, this moved into Aries yesterday. So what does that bring us? Well, Aries the warrior, Neptune the spirit. It is like the spiritual warrior. This is going to be a long-lasting transit. But what it does, because the U.S., the chart is 1 degree Aries on the bottom, so it's kind of like we are rooted in this Aries energy, being on a new frontier, exploring new horizons, having fresh, brand new starts in our own identity. We overthrew a king. We are now the individual, and we are out on the frontier. Neptune brings that inspiration. This also could give rise to like a martyr, where a martyr would have a lot of power and influence. And I have a feeling that might be where the tributes to Alex and Renee might be going, okay? Because everybody has seen it. What this happens now in Aries, which is a fire sign, it burns off all that haze and confusion. And so it's like we see the spirit. And with spirit, you have questions about morality. And now it's like, I can tell Donald is, he's annoyed with this because he's an eclipse baby. He can sense these changes with these transits. He's like, what the F is going on? Who changed? It's like he knows there's been a change in the air. And I know this is really pissing him off. So this is like the rise of the spiritual warrior. This is like people who are like, I'm willing to die on this hill. I am going to battle here. And this is everything. This means everything to me. And and like I said, there's no endings, no beginnings. It's boundless and there's no boundary. So it's like, you don't care what boundaries you cross. You're just going to go out there because you're being so called to this point. What I had over here, and this is into contrast with Neptune and Pisces, where you know who really got their rise from this were our Christian nationalists. Pisces, the fog, the haze, and then the cloud of what we really mean about our teachings in Jesus and Christianity. Okay, so this is where we are. Then we are going to have Saturn in Aries. That is coming, I think, on the 14th. So this is what's going to make this long lasting. This is going to give us a lot of stability here. Whereas when this was in Pisces with the government and Don Julio gaslighting, this is like a gaslighting government. Saturn, the establishment. We have a new start. So it's kind of like this is where things are changing. But over here, we've got Pluto in Aquarius. And then over here, come April, we are going to have Uranus in Gemini. And that gets really, really interesting. So what happens is these are a trine here. This is a trine, Pluto and Uranus. But right at the midpoint of all of this, humanitarian efforts, innovation, science, for the greater good, the USA moon. And then here, Uranus and Gemini, which is like the revolutionary spirit. So it's like we've got these powerhouses, these big players who give us these qualities amongst the people. And right in the center of this is the midpoint, which it just comfortably gets fed from both sides. See, this is the only time you'll hear me both sides. So Aries is a fire sign. Air feeds fire. Okay. So this is going to give us such a huge boost as time goes on. We have an eclipse on February 17th. And it is like, even when we get to that new moon solar eclipse, even this point right now, which feels so different from last week, is going to feel totally different in a couple weeks from where we are. And the solar eclipse is going to, it's going to shift us into a new gear. But here's the thing, you guys. This is where it gets really, really interesting because in the sky, this creates a kite formation. And those are really, really interesting. I got to redraw this, okay? How are you guys doing? Hello from Scotland. Hi, Scotland. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm very proud of my Americans and my protesters. That I am not sorry about. I just don't like the what an inconvenience this is. My goodness. And the horrors of it. I'm not going to go there. Okay, so what happens here? We're going to have Saturn and Neptune in Aries. This is a little different. This is actually, you have our sextiles here. This is the trine. Anyway, just go with this, okay? Pluto, Uranus. This is a yod. If we have a 60-degree angle here, these are 120, these are 60 degrees, these are 60 degrees. So it's almost like you could form a yod on either side. But the most important, see, I messed that up. I had this drawn with Pluto here. We'll put Saturn, Neptune here. We'll keep Uranus there. And the reason why I have that here is because it is pointing to Leo. We've got this stellium of planets now. We have Venus, Mars, Pluto, the Sun, and Mercury. And they're all opposing Leo. Leo here, this is where Donald's power planets are. We have his Mars and Pluto. This is that Pluto generation that includes Roberts and Clarence Thomas. And it's like they're really going to be feeling the squeeze of all this happening. They're feeling the power, the empowerment of the people in Aquarius, the humanitarian, really pointing at them and opposite of them. And it's like, even though they want to throw all their daggers at them, maybe they can get two things over here on either side to maybe agree with each other to attack. But really, the power is on this side to get things to really flow and work against the administration. And we are in new territory. So, just as I was drawing this, I just wanted to see kind of the issues Don Julio's dealing with and how it's affecting us. Okay? Hi, Carolyn. Oh, thank you. We love you too. Brendan McKeown. How are you, everyone? I made it from Ontario, Canada. We're going to need you. We're going to need you to lift us up here and there. People are very rattled because all this stuff, yes, it's here. Yes, we know how to deal with them. Yes, we know how to apply pressure. It's still hard, and we are in this blackout. You guys, can you just try to reboot and restart your device every single day? Because that will disrupt whatever spyware or surveillanceware is on your phone. Every single phone, it is pingable. You don't even have to touch anything, link anything. I don't know how they do it. I was reading about that in Wired. It just doesn't even matter anymore. But I've been using my VPN more and more. And lately, I have been using a VPN location in Ontario, Canada. And it's really interesting because when I'm on Jitter or I'm on Blue Sky, even YouTube, what the feed that I'm getting is totally different. Totally different. I am seeing things and news headlines that I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Where is this? What's happening? It is really very eye-opening to how much we're being suppressed. In fact, on Jitter, when I am using my Canadian VPN, I can get all these videos to load. Otherwise, it's just loading, and it gets to the point where you can't see stuff anymore. But as soon as I go to my Canadian VPN, I can see this, I can see that. Now my whole feed has completely changed. I am just astonished. And yes, the world is freaking out about what's going on here in the United States. But I would have never known that from my US VPN location. It is really stunning what is going on here. Okay, so yes, the yacht. What is this about? A big, beautiful obit? Thank you, Caroline. Yeah, just, you guys, our Canadian friends, just, if you can just hold us in a space of well-being, can-do attitude, finding relief, and chipping away, because you guys put that vibe out there. When we're getting those moments of when we're just not dwelling on everything around us, that will pull us forward. You guys, your energies are so powerful. I can't even tell you how powerful our energies are. In fact, I'm going to give this as an example to how powerful we are. I manifested something crazy on Friday. Well, I had found out a couple days ahead of time. But anyway, so on Friday, in our little community, someone sent out in the newsletter, hey, who wants to do line dancing, Friday night? We're going to do it in our little community building. Come join us. And, if you want, bring an appetizer to share. Well, so we had this person teaching line dancing. It was so much fun. There were probably, about 60, 70 people, maybe more, who showed up at this place. It was really nice to see someone out, see people out of the cold and doing something. It was so much fun, but I looked at my friend. I'm like, did we not just go line dancing? Was that last fall? She's like, yeah. I'm like, did we not have a conversation about how nice it would be if we could do like line dancing once a month in our little community center and invite people and have food? Wouldn't that be nice? And it was just this small little thing that we put out there. Now, all of a sudden, there's this happening here. It was someone's birthday. I thought this was so nice. Her husband bought line dancing, and then they opened it up to the community who wants to join us. And it was great. And now I think they're going to try to hire this person once a month to come in and do line dancing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I did not even have to coordinate or organize anything, because last fall I was like, maybe I should think about this, but I was like, nah, I can't. I can't think about this stuff anymore. So you guys, you are so powerful. As we powwow here together, we are very powerful. And this is why it's so important that you take care of your energy, get yourself grounded and settled first. You know, you have your little 911 instructions on how to handle you when you're out of sorts. But it is so powerful. It is so powerful with us together. I love it so much. Kara, I have all those planets in Leo too, as well as the sun and oh boy. Okay. Electra, will Felonia eventually lose control of Jitter? They've got a big problem, you guys. They've got a big problem. People are finding out what's going on now with the Trump TikTok. People can't be gaslighted about this anymore. Here comes your Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Can't be gaslighted anymore. People are pissed off like warriors, and they want something new, and they're going to have the inspiration to innovate something new, be empowered to do something like this, to share it with the people, and feel really good and inspired by it, and have this long lasting. It's going to bite him in the butt. And there, yet another country. It's like these countries fall like dominoes in who is rejecting Teslas. It's really, really remarkable. So I just want to get a feel here. This is going to be Aquarius season. You guys, he is having a really difficult time. It's almost like he realizes the good times are over. You know, the clock is ticking. Okay, so this is the struggle with Don Julio and his administration. What here is bearing down on him? Ooh. And how are we empowered? And it's kind of like our thrust against him that they cannot push back on. Changes in the air. Oh my gosh, I just had the Scorpion's wind. Was it Winds of Change? Just, it is singing in my head right now. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that. So this is what's coming at him. This is what's in store, like the rest of this winter going into, like things are not going to get better for him. He's had kind of this period of regrouping himself and getting, that's gone, especially come Valentine's Day, the solar eclipse on the 17th. This is coming straight at him, the Saturn return age and Virgo. I think this might be Jack Smith. It's like we have unresolved business here. And over here, this is what the people are bringing. It's like an onslaught. Ooh, very fortunate. Things are increasing on their behalf. Have to get rid of this mofo, the solar eclipse. Getting him out. Okay, Okay, we the people, happy families. Can you show me This is Donald. This is Donald. Well, this doesn't, which way does it? Oh, okay, so that's the Empress reversed. That is being SOL. It's also the rusher, emptying out. I'm feeling like you can't hide from this anymore. Because this changed. What changed? Oh, Trump Tower, yes. J6. All these moments that have come together. Oh, and what's happened to Alex and Renee. You guys, there's going to be more. There's going to be more. We are going to have more martyrs. This is going to gain more momentum. And so streaming down at him from the Jack Smith end of things, the Five of Wands, all the middlemen, this is where he's been able to stop the investigations, where he's been able to stop the reports, where he's been able to stop things in their tracks, because he has all these people, all these middlemen to protect that are not from the United States. This is the transnational help he's gotten too. More of that coming to light. Virgo, I analyze. This could be public servants. This could be it's his health. It's taking a toll on his health, but there's more. His health, it's taking a toll. Oh boy, the Knight of Cups. There's just nothing else they can do to support his health. Oh my goodness. I am shutting this door. Oh my gosh, someone must be home. But this is surveillanceware. This is public servants, icy servants. It's also, okay, surveillance is getting him, is clobbering him. How? Public servants, the GOP. Ooh. Okay, so this is what's coming at him for his health. Public servants are just kind of like, hey, we got to move on from this guy. He's ruining us. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. This is his point of power, his money power. The economy going, oh my gosh, I bet that there's a delivery here. I'm sorry, you guys. It's so loud and annoying. Just 1 second. Hey! Oh, yes. Yes, it's a delivery. Nobody's dying, it's just a delivery. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry, we're gonna... Okay, so this is like an onslaught upon him. He's SOL. He does not have any reserves. And I feel like this is why the pace has picked up with whatever they're doing. This time that we're in, right before Venezuela, in fact, I think it was that week, I had kept getting the sense that something shifted. It totally reminds me of was it like March in 2016? That whole summer before he was elected. It's like all these pieces of the puzzle, like Manafort and Assange and Papadopoulos, all those people, maybe even Flynn, but it was like all these people there. It came down to like something happening in March, like if it was an agreement, a contract, they got paid, but it was like go time. It was they all got the green light to go and do whatever they're doing. And I was feeling like that same thing was happening, and we're seeing it around the globe, and everyone kind of shifting into gear and being on the same page, and like they don't care what's going on here. We are just going to go full autocracy now. But it feels so much bigger than just the administration. Does that make sense? How are you guys doing? Yes, wind of change by the Scorpions. Doggy alarms, I know. How about it? Yes, before he stole the election. Yeah, all those pieces were in place. And now we've got Jack Smith coming back. Crazy that was on Friday. And then on Friday, there was also this strike in Minnesota. So this is what's happening with the people power. Oh my gosh, you guys. These are the same things. The numbers of us are increasing. Fortunes are changing. This totally feels like everything is on our side. And I'll tell you another reason why in just a moment. Wow. And embolden, get this guy out. Does this go like this or like the Four of Swords? We are no longer hitting the snooze button on this. Everybody is up and at 'em, and maybe stumbling out there, but everyone is alert and ready to go to get this mofo out. Here, the Page of Wands. This is what democracy looks like, okay? Everybody is out, huge numbers. We all see this thing. And for the people, what's being eclipsed? Change in the air. The Seven of Pentacles. Stockpiling. Investments. This is the cohesion. So if we're a 7, our cohesiveness, it's like it's reaching that broad 70% of the population in that regard. Okay, oh gosh, what did I just say? I was going to tell you guys about. It totally is gone. But so this is what's coming down the pike. This is what's coming straight at him. He's getting smothered by this. There is just no out. There's no easy way out about this. Can I find it over here? Yeah, you guys, this is going to be a fight. Remember, for every fight, every time he's humiliated, he loses, something has to happen to disrupt all that joy, like what happened with Alex. And, I was getting the sense that it's not necessary per se. They're saying, hey, go out there and do this or do that. There might be like a hint to do this or that. But I feel like these guys who are in ICE and that CBP, that type of stuff, they're so tuned into Don Julio that they know when he's upset and he's whining about stuff and unfair. It's like they take it personally. They hurt. They hurt when that happens. And they too are acting out. So every time we get a win, you guys, you got to know there is going to be pushback from that side again. He's going to overstep. He's going to trip over his feet. There's going to be more evidence of something. He's going to look like a fool, and then they're not going to pay attention to it for a little bit, and they're just going to see how long they can get on to their next thing, but then something else blows up. Yada, yada, yada. Okay? So do you guys watch? I loved Rachel. I paid especially a close attention to Rachel yesterday because I knew midday that Neptune went into Aries. This fresh beginning, new starts, inspiration. I love the world. I'm loving my fellow neighbor. And reminder. And so she kind of gave a rundown on what happened that day. And so when I know we have these big transits coming up, I'm always kind of paying attention to the news so I can kind of gauge where this administration is in dealing with a certain transit. And what happened Monday? They were on their heels. They were backpedaling. They were shocked and surprised by all the pushback that they were getting, not only from normal Americans, but now they have the right and the MAGA pissed off about 2A, on and on and on. And it's like they opened their eyes. They saw everything. There is nothing these guys can do or say to get around this. It has stuck. People are pissed. And now it is spreading farther into their voter territory, okay? And they're afraid because if you saw that letter that Bondi wrote to Waltz about, yeah, we'll get him out so long as you give us our voter registration, no more sanctuary city, and all that SNAP benefit stuff, then maybe we'll pull them out. oh my gosh, never, ever. We will never comply with that stuff. So that's just extortion. I think that they were hoping to ride this one out. They can't. Here's your flowers. So this is a big, huge political change, a huge political shift. She said that the House has 140 co-sponsors to impeach No. The 7 Dems last week who voted to fund DHS now are apologizing. Like, oh, it's so... Of course, I knew this was going to happen, but it's like that guy from New York who's like, oh, I didn't know what I was voting for. The polls are dropping again. Oh, and there was a huge peaceful uprising in the Texas detention centers by detainees. Wow. Yeah, Bovino is supposed to be removed. We'll see. All these guys, they're going to get removed from their position. They're just, in my opinion, are getting removed publicly. They will be used somewhere else. But I definitely had the sense that this administration was on retreat. And that is not how you want to use these inspirational energies. It's like they're operating from the playbook of how we used to do things in the past. That playbook is not working anymore. And, okay, so I digress. I wrote this down because this was something else I wanted to share with you guys when it comes to being in your neighborhood, you know, running errands, you're at your grocery store, you're, you know, wherever. What I am noticing, and this kills me, because the last couple of weeks, I've been really trying to do this. I live in a red-leaning county. I think my area might be more purple, but I live in a red county, and it's like everyone, they're afraid now. People are definitely afraid here in kind of quiet, and they're very scared. So when I'm out and about and I'm, you know, at the store, out of all the people who are there, I can maybe gain eye contact with like maybe 1 or 2 people and smile. And it triggers a smile back from them. But it is really hard. It is really hard. And it's like if we could just do this thing unconditionally, just trying to make eye contact with that stranger, to just smile, it is so important and it is so powerful. And the other thing, what happened over the weekend, it was instant, not planned, no notice to go out and protest across the nation. Okay? Yes, I love Rachel. She does tell it like it is. Barbara, we are in 1776 energy. We're actually in 1780 energy. That's how I've been mapping out these things, which is what I wanted to show you guys. This is such a much longer haul than I was bargaining for back in 2020. There are some good things and glimpses of things, but it's like, oh my gosh, we really are in the thick of it. But the thing is that it is in our cosmic DNA to overthrow a dictator. And we're going to do that, but we have to be patient, and it's going to be a process. So, what did I want to... So, like 1776, we declare independence. We have 2022. That is our year of our Pluto return. America is reborn. This lasts until like 2023, okay? Because it goes in and out of this Capricorn point, 27 degrees. But it's like Declaration of Independence. This is... we're reborn. I want to know how these two things are similar. How are these two things similar? Oh, I don't want those cards. How are those two things similar? Okay, so in 1776, we declare our independence. We're in the Revolutionary War. We're in the middle of a war. We're in the middle of a war. I talked about this last time. We're coming up to the Uranus return. Come April, Uranus will go back into Gemini. Our nation was founded in a revolution, Mars and Uranus, in Gemini. We have this Mars-Uranus energy is very active. July 4th, we have an explosive day. I am looking forward to the day closer to July 27th. I really hope that turns the tide. But it will be for the people. So, where are we? 1776. I want to know how these are similar. This is our year of spectacular change. Okay. I want to know how these things are alike. Ooh, Page of Pentacles, we the people. We are a young nation, building ourselves. Not a lot of resources, but we have what we need. Wow. Across our lands. Okay, so this side, we had our Pluto return. USA is reborn again. What do we have in common with USA 1776? Oh, to now, okay, this one, I am just going to put this out there because that was like wanting to get out. 2022. 2023. 24. 25. Okay. Our national nightmare. This is how these things are, the Page of Pentacles and the Lovers. This is union. You know what? We were 13 different colonies, and they had to come together. We're all in this nightmare. Ace of Wands. Things are coming in hot and fast. So, 1776, the United States. We signed our Declaration of Independence, the Two of Wands. We're in the middle of this Revolutionary War. This is where we're headed. 2022, we have our Pluto return. We have this like 2-3 days before Putz invades Ukraine. Unbelievable. So, the sun, not upright, not reversed. Oh, it's neutral. It is neutral. So the leader is represented by the sun. Forefathers are represented by the sun. But it's neutral. It's not negative. It's just neutral. It's reset. Okay, here, 1777. The Six of Wands reversed. I think Pluto goes into Aquarius around this time. Six of Wands reversed. Now, you guys know the Six of Wands I have compared to the transnational mob, the mafia state, all those leaders, the techno bros, Don Julio, BB, Putz, G, all them. And so, the United States is not being recognized for her independence yet. Remember, Ben Franklin had to go abroad and get the blessing. That's why France is our first friend. So 2023, Pluto return USA. Oh boy. So the star, our hopes, our wishes, our dreams, the people. Well, we are trying to align and help democracy, our friends, our allies. It's a big mess. Yeah, and Putz goes into Ukraine. What's going on in 1978 compared to 2024? The Nine of Swords reversed. So things aren't quite as bad. They are improving. It's like we're all on the same page and we are turning back this fire hose of crap. I'm not sure what is happening to turn the tides of war, but 78, 83, we still have more war to go, but it's like things are shifting. 2024, that's our election season. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, who has the most money? That's a king. That is a king. Here, we're starting to assert ourselves and get away from a king. The king has come back. Big money, big data. Donors. Ugh, that makes me so mad. Okay, we are in 1779. Queen of Pentacles reversed. We're broke. We don't have any money. We need help paying for this war. 2025, the Nine of Cups reversed. The wish card, this is Don Julio and his corporations and his businesses. It's like the way things have been established for success in our nation has been turned on its head. Crap. And in 1780, things are coming in hot and fast, steady. So in 83, the Revolutionary War ends. So it's past the midway point of having this war end. And now we've got allies and help on our side to fight. 2026, what you got here? Ooh, strength. Please tell me, whose strength is this? Is this the king or is it the people? Who's strength? Okay. I think this is the people because we started off, we've got this plan, we're in this nightmare, but look at that. Things coming in. Eight of Wands, fast. So I think this year things should pick up. That is really refreshing to see major arcana upright for, okay, let me get my ring. We just kind of want to double check with my ring that I use as a pendant. This is my mom's ring. My pendant, if it goes up and down facing me, yes, side to side, no. Okay? So, looking at USA 1776 to 2026, as our nation is reborn, there's the strength card. Does that mean strength for the people? Yes, that is strength for the people. Is that strength for Donald? Does Donald get stronger 2026? No, that is our strength card. So that is we the people, our year of getting stronger, and we're getting a boost because of this epic year of change. How are you guys doing? Rob, the tech of 1776 is, yes, tell me about this. Wait, you disappeared. Rob, the tech of 1776 is kind of doing the same thing as 2022. The Declaration of Independence was printed and distributed to colonists. These days we have social media and video phones. Pluto, yes. Yes, I have read about that, how there were some similarities there. I'm afraid not. I have ancestors through several lines who fought in the Revolutionary War. I am so proud of your lineage. It bothers me so much that this Republican Party could just let that all go, and they don't care. but we care. We care a lot. We have a lot of people in powerful places in the background who are doing a lot. Now, yeah, there is a lot of background stuff going on and shifts. You know, that whole JS testimony and the strike just put Donald over the edge. I cannot even tell you what a huge arse blow that was to his ego. Barbara, I've been asking for help from our ancestors. You guys, you can totally ask. I know that I've done a live before where I've been asking from our ancestors and they've been showing up. Yes. Yes. Okay, Mars, we crossed the Rubicon. I'll just tell you what I was just getting there. Like we have this, July 4th. July 27th. So, July 4th. Mars-Uranus is going to be conjunct at 3 degrees Gemini that day. It's our 250th year anniversary. There was a live that I did recently, and I think it might have been the one about dead man's solar return. Right around there, I talk extensively of this Mars-Uranus because this is associated with revolutions. It is associated with explosions, firecrackers, explosives, but it is a really highly charged electrical energy. It is in Gemini. Now, our USA, we have Mars and Uranus in Gemini, and Uranus is coming back to that Gemini. So it's like not only in our 250th year anniversary with Mars-Uranus in our natal chart, both of them return on our birthday similar to our natal chart. Revolution, like things really pick up speed here. But what I'm looking at with you guys are gonna like this. Yes. Okay, so I'm just like, okay, we have the other thing that's happening this year is the nodes, like the ecliptic, where we have our eclipses, they are shifting. The north node right now is in Pisces, the south node is in Virgo. Did you hear that? Was my dog? Oh my gosh, come here. You can come in here. Hi, Coco. How are you? I know. It's dark outside. You get scared. I know. Hi, Maui. Go sit under my desk. Okay. So what happens? The nodes are shifting. We have our new moon solar eclipse on February 17th. I believe that's an Aquarius. So right now this is at 10 degrees, about 10 degrees. The nodes always work backwards. They're always retrograde. They never are going forward. And that is related to the precession of the equinoxes. So this is going backwards, which means it's going to go into Aquarius and Leo. So it'll be 29 degrees Aquarius, 29 degrees Leo. This is really fated because this is Donald's rising sign, the thing that gives him life. So this is going to go 29 degrees. I don't know exactly when. This is not good, okay? Because the south node, that is what you're releasing. It's like the big thing has already manifested, and we're now on the downside of whatever's been created. So, how do I want to say this? I'm sorry, I keep losing these thoughts. Okay, so this is why. When we go back to 2019, the nodes in 2019 were also in Aquarius and Leo, except at that time, the north node was in Leo, the south node was in Aquarius. So these things flipped. 2019, I believe we had an eclipse. I think it was at the beginning of January. No, it was the end of December. And when I was talking about, for those of you who've been with me for a long time, the can opener eclipse, the thing that takes out Don Holio, the end of Donald, that eclipse I called the beginning of the end of Donald. Because in 2020, we had the can opener, which kind of really was a thing that led to his demise and is really active right now. And I believe that was at 0 degrees Leo. So at the time, the North Node, what he has set out to do in 2019, that's like what's guiding him as a leader, as a king. Well, the node has returned now. He's done all this stuff. Now he's on the backside, the South Node, and he's releasing what he intended to do, but it's like there's no more juice there to keep it going. Now, we the people, back in 2019, the South Node goes through Aquarius. Endings were done. Being the visionary. Science, hello. We reject science. We reject masks. We reject all that stuff that's good for the people. I alone can fix it. Well, it's like all that stuff went through here, and now we the people have been living this nightmare because our moon is 27 degrees Aquarius. So now the North Node is returning to Aquarius. So it's like we're united, but it's like we see our destiny and we're going to have it. And we're going to have it by releasing you, nincompoop. We're done with you. And so when we are looking at this, our moon at 27 degrees Aquarius, the South Node catches up with USA Sun, or moon, in Aquarius, we the people. I'm sorry, North Node. And that's the other thing that's propelling us forward. And so I'm like, you know what? I just need to look at, oh my gosh, my throat is so dry tonight, you guys. So I'm like, I just need to look at this. I just need to look at the day that it goes. Oh boy, I think I just wrote it down on paper. Oh my gosh. Am I going to have to do this by memory? Look at this, you guys. So on this day, the North Node hits USA. We have the Sun, 4 degrees Leo. We have the Moon is going to be in Capricorn. We have Mercury, 16 degrees Cancer. That is close to USA Sun, conjunct USA Sun. We've got Venus at 18 degrees Virgo. We have Mars at 19 degrees Gemini. Hello, this was the North Node on January 6th. All the crap that they did. We have our destiny, we the people, and the dealing with this on our terms. We have Jupiter, 4 degrees Leo. Hello, we have the Sun conjunct Jupiter. This is technically the luckiest day of the year. But the North Node is conjunct we the people. We have Saturn at 14 Aries. We have Uranus at 4 Gemini. Hello. Now this is a sextile. We have Neptune at 4 Aries. Hello. This is also a sextile. And then we have Pluto at 4 Aquarius. Do you see what this is? This is what I was trying to show you guys earlier. Pluto. This is it. This is it. Okay. But you know, you guys, I was just talking about this earlier. And see, now I just feel so scrambled. So it's like this is a lucky day. The sun is the leader, but the people are so pissed off at him. This was that layout that I did before. And there is so much harmony here supporting we the people to get stuff done. I need some cards. I need some cards. What is this like? So the North Node goes to 27 degrees Aquarius. Moon. Is this the military? No, this has just been going on for too freaking long. We the people. What's going on here? We're looking at him. Jupiter return benefits. What? The 12th house escape. Okay. You guys, Donald is also is going to be at the end of a 12-year cycle come this summer. When he declared his candidacy in 2015, Jupiter was in Leo. Jupiter comes back to Leo this summer. And when you look at Adolf, Benito, Gaddafi, you can see the rise and the fall of their power at critical times coincide with this Jupiterian cycle. So when I am looking at this, I just get that it's the end of his cycle. That Jupiter return benefits here. The sun is the leader. I just got, those are your forefathers, Regina. Jupiter return benefits. Is Donald's Jupiterian cycle ending? He's out of luck. Does this mean his Jupiterian cycle is ending and he's out of luck? Yes. Does this mean will Donald be successful in his total oppression of we the people? No. Is this fascist regime will last through the end of 2026? No. This fascist regime is done and out by the end of 2026. Yes. Is this my wishful thinking that this fascist regime is out by the end of 2026? Is this my wishful thinking? No. So that's just in this moment. I kind of like that. What is this so fuck? Paisley. What? So fucking Mel of a hat. I don't know what that says. Okay. Whoops. Here we go. The people. Carrie, Jupiter's exalted and hits his Saturn. He's done. That's around May 27th. Oh my gosh, that's right. I wasn't even thinking about this. There you go. I wasn't even thinking about this Jupiter going forward and smacking him across that face again as it goes forward. Because the other thing is the Jupiter, this Neptune going into Saturn has changed the face, the contours, the landscape of Jupiter and Cancer. Because now Neptune, associated with Pisces, Jupiter ruled in modern astrology. It is watery. Now it is disposited. Neptune is disposited by Mars. Mars is in Aquarius. We the people that is disposited by Saturn. Huh. How about that? Said something about July 27th. That is when the North Node hits USA moon 27 degrees Aquarius. And I just love the chart for that day. I'm just going to show you one more thing. I know I'm showing you guys just so much information. There's just like no end with this stuff. But this is one thing that made me smile in all the grossness of the grossestnesses of this administration. Oh, it just made me so pleased. And Minnesota, so proud of you guys. So proud of you. So we had... What? I think I have a crying dog down there. Just wants attention. Okay. So anyway, this is what I was looking at. I was looking at the quarter moon in Washington, D.C. on Sunday. This was last night, 11:47 p.m. And I was just kind of looking at the angles, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, well, what's going on here? We have we the people, the moon is over here in the 7th house opposite Don Julio because he's just me, your open adversary, the people. There is that asteroid, Athalia, that is, for me, the coup. So the coup on the people. And you can see all this disagreement going on here, these red lines, we the people, and how mad he is at us. He wants to destroy us, do all this horrible stuff at us. But when you move this chart over Minneapolis, St. Paul, look at this. This made me happy because in the skies above Minneapolis, St. Paul, we have got 12 degrees Cancer. That's the sun of the United States. So it's like all of the noise and all the news that's being broadcasted around the world, it's like the heart of the United States is cast upon this city. It's like the crucible where democracy and everything it is, I don't want to say hanging by a thread, but it's everyone's kind of holding their breath. On the ascendant, we have, 10 degrees Libra. On the descendant, we have 10 degrees Aries. And I want to know how is the sun, USA sun at this quarter moon behaving over Minneapolis, St. Paul as a representative of our nation. Keeping things in balance, keeping things in check. Oh, is this Walton Trump? Waltz? Trump. So okay. King of Cups, the best of Minneapolis, St. Paul. This is the supportive stance from Waltz. He is having to negotiate a tough maze, being on the defense because of this guy, but also trying to stockpile resources and invested in the people, short-term, long-term, what we're going to do here to honor our values. So I just thought that was very interesting, especially since, Neptune went into Aries. And this very much highlights the change that's happening. This will be a time, obviously, it's going to be marked for our history going forward. And it's also emphasized by that here. Okay, you guys? So, you know what? I am going to wrap it up here. Thanks for coming. Oh my gosh, it's 6:16. I did not mean to talk this long. So anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you guys tonight. We wanted to make sure we got on the same page here on the changes that are going on in the air. Pace yourself this year. It's going to be full of ups and downs. You have to take care of yourself, take care of each other, and just look at someone and a stranger to smile to, okay? Please stay safe, stay warm, and care for yourself with all your favorite things, okay? I'm afraid not. I fully believe he's done soon. One of these days we'll have a reading about the demise of the oligarchs and the Afrikaners who enabled, he is done. He absolutely, these transits, and I would say by the time we have that new moon solar eclipse, it's like he sees the writing on the wall. I think he was giving himself like a false sense of hope that he, regained his stability with these planets in late degrees Pisces, but they're changing, and it's like he's fading. He's fading. Okay, thanks you guys. We'll see you later. Aloha from Honolulu. Thank you. Thank you, Jill. Okay.